So I did a speed paint for my 2-year anniversary on YouTube and Twitch. Some of it I did off camera and the rest was done on camera. So here it is. Before we start, I want to say this took me a couple of hours to put together. And if you really enjoy what you have seen, maybe either leave a comment, like, or subscribe. In fact, you can do all, but you can do only one if you want. Just a way to show your support. I will have the voice speak during the speed paint, like telling you what I wanted to do for it and all that, because I think I won't have my voice be the voiceover. But tell me in the comments if I should have my voice be the voice overlay of speed paints. Now back to our friendly program. Here all you can see me do is drawing a person. I wanted to have my OC Rio be this person, so I decided to draw her here. If you didn't watch my series Doofyverse Against the Universe, then you probably won't recognize Rio, but go watch it afterwards. It will be in the card on the screen and in the description below. At first, I was going to draw my Duck OC, which is the main OC of the channel, but I scraped that idea. I feel like Rio represents a lot more than the Duck OC. Not me trying to tell you Rio is my favorite, but let me explain. Rio basically represents IRL me, and because of that, I wanted to have her in the middle to represent the vlogs and the IRL streams I did on my Twitch. But not only that, but because Rio is like the face of the channel, she's the face of the person who runs the channel, which of course is me. Do you see where I went with this? And plus, I believe this drawing came out better than the idea I had for this anniversary drawing, which would have also been cool, but I feel it would have been boring. It wouldn't be the way I wanted it to be, but I tried this. Anyways, let me explain a little about Rio, because she's different from me. I didn't make her exactly like me because honestly I didn't want that. She needed to be at least a little different from me. Her name though actually came off of something I wanted to go for. I thought of one of my names, first, middle, or surname, and then I cut it short to where I got Rio, which I like to say that she is the Rio Grande because it also has Rio, which is the Spanish translation of river. And I really like how it's also a river in Mexico, which is where she was born at. And that still goes with her Mexican nationality. But the thing she does differently from me is her actions. Like for example in episode 2 of Doofyverse Against the Universe, Rio knocks out Miguel Reyes because she thinks he is a spy. This would seem stupid, but she's a young teenager, and she wouldn't really know that well. Cause you know some kids as young teenagers are dumb. And as well in episode 1 when she is invited to the house, she ditches the group and finds a button and presses it. There's going to be more proof in the future episodes, but that's basically all the proof you would get from episode 1 and 2. Tell me if you found any more in the comments below. As you can see, I am currently on the hair. The hair is the easiest part to do, since I have drawn her over and over again in the past. So her hair wasn't something new to me. You won't be able to tell in this part of the speed paint, but I used her character picture as a reference to know how to draw the bottom of her hair, since I didn't know very well. But after quick observation I was able to get it done, as you can see on screen. In fact, yes, I do use different layers for when I draw hair and the body. It's just easier for me that way. So I erase the parts that her hair covers up, because as you can see, that's why it does cover. So now I'm getting to the part of her clothes. I'm using her episode 2 outfit for this art drawing. Honestly, I changed her outfit twice in the episodes, but it gives a realistic feeling because of that. Because sometimes in movies or TV shows some characters wear the same outfit for like days on end and never change clothes. Sometimes it does make sense to why, like for example, All of Us Are Dead, and yeah, that's all I can think of. Listen, I don't watch television that much. You can't blame me that I don't know popular shows and movies. I just don't remember to turn on my television and watch. I'm just rambling too much anyways. Back to the speed paint. The clothes were a bit hard because I don't recognize drawing them often, because I normally drew a different outfit, but whatever. I'm going to do something I don't draw, and I need to make myself learn new and different clothing sometimes. Like how I'm learning to draw different hand positions. Honestly, after the top of the shirt, I didn't have a hard problem. It became a lot easier to draw everything else. I got a new device which helped me record this video, so I'm glad. Which means I could begin doing more stuff like this. So go down and comment. Tell me what I should try next. I'll do my best on them if I can. I know I won't do everything, but I will try. Anyways, enjoy the rest of this 1 minute because I'm running out of things to tell you all. Okay, I lied, but let me say why. As you can see, I was having a difficult time fixing her face. Her chin looked more like she was an adult than a child. And as I said earlier, she is a young teenager and not an older one. That chin makes her look a lot older than what she is. So I spent these last few seconds fixing her face up. I had to go on a different layer just to make her chin differently. But then it does help her chin a lot more, so it's a win. So now I will be doing another part. I am now starting the part of Fallout 4. These were streamed on my Twitch, so I wanted to add them. So right now I am drawing my favorite companion dog meat. I used to online reference because otherwise I would have draw him terrible, and I did not want that. I'm not really good at drawing when it comes to animals. So I needed to use a reference for my favorite boy. I would have to say he is my favorite character in the Fallout franchise. I just remember finding him alone in Fallout 3 for the first time. I was so happy to found him. A very nice boy and not mean. I also remember being very sad when I couldn't find him after telling him to go back home. I was very lonely and sad like him. Okay, now to Wife Hever. Yes, that is his name. When I first played the game and I was told to choose a name, my chat actually chose that name for me and I went with it. I had to go back to look for how he looked like, because it's been a long time since I last played the game. But right now I didn't do that. I only drew him. Finding out how he looked like was the difficult part, that is not now. But I still put my hardest into this thing. Like I'm running out of things to say because his face is taking a while. But that's fine. Let me know if I should also start talking about things I have planned for future or the art I am doing, because this is the first one I have ever done and I really want to know for next time. Because I also want to show my art sometimes on this channel. That's why it's not only music. You get me? You can comment that with whatever else you want to say. It's really up to you on that. Here I began drawing some random sleeves on him, because during this time I wasn't looking at the original look. Here is where I looked online to see the actual Fallout clothing. With those photos in mind, I was put to work. I saw the things I needed to do, so I did it. It actually helped me make his Fallout suit, because I now knew the places where the clothing went. Now looking back at him, I think I made his arm too long, which you know that's my fault, but in the end, it's a little too late to change it. I soon began the hair, which is where I looked on YouTube for the it. I wanted Wife Hever to have his actual hair, like the hair I gave him in the game, so I did that. To be honest, I think it was a little difficult because I could only see one side of his face and I couldn't see the rest. But I still went off of what I had, and with that I did this. I'm also convinced that his child is actually adopted or not his, cause his child does not look like him or his wife, and that tells something. His child could also gotten his grandparents' genes, but I don't know. Where are his grandparents? I need proof from both sides of the family, or else he is now adopted or not his. I know his child is like nothing, but that has really gotten me confused, and I want to know whose genes he got. Is it only me who thinks that, or am I just thinking way too far out? Did they just make the child like that and didn't expect someone to go crazy over how the child looks like? So now it's time for the Roblox Specter part, or the Ghost Hunter part. Here I use the old main character of the channel. Of course I started with its head. I had everything ready for this thing here. I have it terrified because it doesn't like the stairs because, well, it has a terrible history with the stairs jump scaring it in horror. I was going to have the flashlight show the stairs, but well, you'll see in the end. Honestly, I don't have that much to say about it. I guess I could say that it was by far the easiest character to make. It is in a dream blob form, and because I didn't add too much to this thing in the past or even now, that made it easy. And I mean a lot easier than Rio's character in design. There was another character who was almost like this character, but that one was still a little harder than this one. You'll see it once I get to it. Now would be the Doofy SMP, the musical character. This is their old design and not the new design. I'll say that. In fact, the character also has a different name, but I won't say what it is yet because that would be spoiling it. There was about 9 episodes of this series on my main, but I stopped it on my main so I could continue it somewhere else. I also wanted to have the story more formed out with the characters and music. Honestly, it looks like she is sticking out her tongue, which is also like, yeah, she would probably do that too. She would make her opponent think they will win until they realize she was actually faking it, and she sticks out her tongue out of, oh, I don't know, pride. In this design I went with her old one because I want to wait and show you all her new design on my other channel, which you can find in the description or in the card to your right. Honestly, I think I made her too big, but then I made her sketch after I finished the blob. But mistakes happen. I made her pupils really big. You'll see why later, but yeah. Now we are arriving to the royal one of them all. One that not much know about the one and only King Drill. So he is the ruler of Blob Kingdom. He also has a younger brother, Dread. There's a whole lore about him and his brother, and how they got the crow, I mean how Drill raised his brother. There's also lore that Cat made, which he does not share with me, so I do not know what his intentions are for lore, but what I know is that Drill seems to be the main character because most things happen around him or happen to him. He's helped cause some problems in Cat's lore which could make people not trust Drill that much anymore. Not only that, he has seen death a couple times and has experienced it as well. Some trauma is left in him. Now it's time for the coloring. I won't say that much during this time.